Wow. Yeah, so we are like farmers, right? Yeah, we sowed all the seeds, it grew up, so now it's time for harvest, okay? To reap the fruits of our labor, all right? So, wow. So it increases in numbers. Why? Because we're adding two to the previous row, okay? So, and sometimes we add one as well, okay? So it's more than linear growth. I don't know. Maybe it's kind of linear growth or less than linear. More than linear, maybe. I don't know. Eh, less than linear because there are some gaps, right? Less than linear. Okay, okay. Less than linear. All right. So do you think it's possible that some epsilon row, this epsilon set, does not contain any prime number? Not likely, right? Yeah. Oh boy. What date is it? It's some mid-April right now, 2020. Okay, we still have one more week, right? So more than 1 week left in this April. Okay, hopefully we can prove this month and move on. All right. Okay. Let's see. Well, most likely not tonight. Okay, I'm beat. I'm tired. I'm hungry too. Okay, so I've been talking to my friends, and some of them are veterans. Okay, um, yeah, I told them some of my stories, army experience. So what happened was, so just before I deployed to Afghanistan, I did two things. First, I tried to become special forces, but I ended up dropping out after 2 weeks. It was 3 weeks special forces selection course in Fort Bragg, North Carolina. It was fantastic. Okay, yeah, good training, very intense. But I dropped out after 2 weeks out of 3 weeks course. Okay, and after that, so I came back to Fort Hood, Texas, and then I finished editing my movie. All right, yeah, therapy for metaphobia. After that, couple of months after that, yeah, we deployed to Afghanistan. It's kind of romantic, right? Yeah, yeah. Interesting story. Okay. So is it possible where we keep adding two, right? So that's why it's kind of seems to be related to the twin conjecture a little bit, okay? But that aside, if we keep adding two, okay? And there will always be one, 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 okay? Why? Because primes are odd numbers, and we are talking about even number, okay? As it progresses, an even number will be right next to a prime number. Okay, that's when we get to add 1. Okay, now the next okay the next row will have 3. Okay, so the row when 1 gets added, it has prime 1, right? The next row will have 3, which is also prime. Okay, next row it will have 5, next row it will have 7. 9, that's not prime, right? But of course 9 plus 2, that's 11, that's just prime. Okay, so okay, is it possible that a given row does not contain any prime at all? Let's see if that's possible or not. We're trying to drop some contradiction. Okay, so okay, I think we're getting pretty close. All right. Yeah. It's not just gut feeling. Just look at all these odd composites. All right. Odd composites. So we are looking for an even integer. We are imagining an even integer that only contains odd composites. Just coloring, right? Odd composites. Okay. Give me 1 second. Okay. Is it possible to conceive of an even integer that contains only odd composites? In that epsilon minus p set, only odd composites? No, that's not likely at all. Okay, we just need to prove it. All right. Directly or indirectly. All right. So it doesn't have to be proved by contradiction. Okay. No, that's not necessary. We can do direct proof as opposed to proving the contrapositive. Okay. Yeah. I don't think I ate anything today. Maybe 2 eggs, boiled eggs, and milk in the morning, I guess. But it's kind of Ramadan, kind of fasting, right? Yeah, Ramadan is a great tradition in Islam. Fasting, very important, right? That's something Americans should learn, how to fast. Fasting, especially Christians, okay? Back in the days in Korea, they used to practice fasting like once in a while. I'm not sure American churches do that. Alright, they should learn fasting, okay? stop practicing it. Okay. So you have all these odd composites, all right? And because they are twin primes, okay? No, we don't need twin primes, not yet. We have odd composites, okay? 9, 15, 25, 21, 21, 23, 27, 33, 35, 39, 45, okay? And many times it happens that odd composite plus 2 is a prime. Not always. Like 33 plus 2, 35, they're both odd composites. But many times 9 plus 2, 11, which is prime, okay? So many times it happens such that odd composite plus 2 is a prime, okay? Like 15 plus 2, 17. 27 plus 2, 29. 39 plus 2, 41. Okay? 45 plus 2, 47. They're primes, right? So, okay. And many times, prime plus 2 is also prime. Yeah, twin primes, right? Yeah. So, given row, this epsilon minus p set, we have primes and odd composites. Okay? So, next row is consists of either prime plus 2 or odd composite plus 2. And many times they are primes. Okay? All right. Just some observation. Yeah. I think we are closing in. I mean, we are zeroing in to the proof of Goldbach's conjecture. Okay, I have this. It's not just my gut feeling. Okay. So our latest Goldbach's conjecture equivalent conjecture. Our latest equivalent conjecture is this. Okay. Nth row, this nth epsilon minus p set contains at least one prime number. That's all we need to prove. Okay. And it shouldn't be too difficult to prove because there are more than one primes. Okay. Yeah, the number keeps on increasing. Okay, so yeah. One observation so far is that, well, so far, okay, it may change, but so far, all these rows contains at least one of 1357. All right. So far. Yeah. So if this row contains some twin primes, a member of twin prime, okay, well, first of two twin primes, okay, then the next one will contain prime because there's first twin prime, next second twin prime, okay, okay, uh, but twin prime gets rarer and rarer, right? All right. It doesn't quite help us. So when twin prime happens, twin first twin prime plus 2 is the second twin prime, right? And if there's odd composite, right? Odd composite plus 2, yeah, can be a prime number. Okay? So prime plus 2 can be a prime. Prime plus 2 can be an odd composite. Odd composite plus 2 can be odd composite, or odd composite plus 2 could be prime. Okay. Okay. There are those are the four possibilities. Exhaustive list. Okay. One thing we notice is this. There's this cluster of four numbers. Cluster of four numbers, right? Then cluster of two numbers, right? And cluster of two numbers, and then you have one diagonal, double diagonal, okay, quadruple diagonal, okay, you see? Difference two, okay, so this is too thick. I want something light, highlighter, whatever. This cluster, okay? This diagonal. Right? It looks like what? How do you call this geometry object? It's like parallel. I forgot. Oh boy, whatever. Parallelogram, right? Cluster. Okay, we're grouping them. Yeah. In each parallelogram, the difference is 2. Okay. And single line, single diagonal, double diagonal, quadruple diagonal. Okay. Systematic enumeration method. Okay. Okay. What does all this mean? Well, within parallelogram, yeah, the difference is two. Okay, they're clustered. Okay, between two parallelograms, difference is more than two. There's some gap. All right. Yeah, that's what this means. Okay. Gap four, 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 six, six, four. Okay. Something I noticed. All right. Yeah. It's exotic because we are adding some geometrical perspective, right? Parallelogram. Yeah, it is exotic. It's beautiful. Yeah, very cool. Parallelogram grouping, all right? Delineation, right? Okay, okay. It gives us complete coverage of odd numbers, right? Okay, okay. And some of those odd numbers are bound to be primes, right? Uh, but some primes later on they become so distant to each other. The primes gets rarer and rarer as numbers get bigger, right? So okay, it may not give us primes. Okay, so that's not guaranteed. But we have more parallelograms here. Okay, so because some prime gap is like 14, you know. Okay. So the width of horizontal width of this parallelogram is 6. Okay. Yeah. 39 minus 33. Okay, so well, 7 minus 1. All right. So when prime gap is more than 6, like some prime gap is like 10, 12, 14, 8, then yeah, it will be, there could be a line where in this parallelogram of span 4, I mean span 6, yeah, it will be full of those odd composites. Okay. All right. Okay. So the difference between two parallelograms is 4, 4, 4, 6, 6, 4. Okay. All right. The difference between first elements of the two parallelograms is 6, 6, 4, 8. Okay. 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 Let's take 5 minutes break, okay? Hmm. We'll take 5 minutes, okay? So, how interesting. Yeah, let's snap out of this. Okay. Very interesting. Yeah. We continue with this approach, okay? So, all right. All right, we are back. Okay. So each parallelogram give us complete coverage of odd numbers. Okay, and but because as prime number increases, prime gap they increases too. Okay, so uh, so far the widest parallelogram we have is has span of 4 with horizontal width. We call it span. Okay, it's just easier to say. So, and but in this span is the width of 6, but later on prime gap become more than 6. Okay, so it's possible that in a given row, these four consecutive odd numbers, they could be all composite odd numbers. All right, so okay, okay. Like here, 33 and 35, right? Given row in this parallelogram of span 2, all right? Yeah, it's consists of purely odd composites, 33 and 35. They're both composites, all right? It can happen in this parallelogram as well, okay? Um, 'Cause in a given row, it does not give us complete coverage of odd numbers. Okay. Here, for example, 7 is missing. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So is it possible that some row it give us only odd composites? All right. Yeah. Let me turn off the heater. It's getting too hot. Okay. We're not quite there yet. Okay. Yeah. Let's take a break from all this. So I talked to my parents, right? So I sent them the essay I wrote about coronavirus that I read to you earlier this morning. Um, so my parents, I guess they kind of liked it. So they encouraged me to publish, try to keep trying to publish it. Okay. And I did some editing, so maybe I will. All right. So yeah. Once about a year ago, I went to national talk show, radio talk show. Okay, and there was very long line. Okay, I waited for like hours. Right. So they took my call. Okay, and then it's national radio talk show. Okay. So yeah, I got in the air. So and there was also hours of delay between the recording and broadcasting. That's how it is in the national level. Okay. Very long line, very long. Okay. I've never published article, national level. Local level, yes, yes. Okay. And local radio talk show, yeah, yeah. National radio talk show once, okay. After long waiting line, okay, very long line. Yeah, so national level is like that, okay. There are more people, right, in line. Yeah, I mean, keep trying to submit national level online magazine. Yeah, that's what my parents recommended me to do. Okay, so I'm thinking about the formation of individual parallelogram, right? So when there's gap between two adjacent odd numbers more than two, yeah, then it's separate parallelogram. Okay, okay. It's like whenever there's non twin prime, yeah, looks like that's when it breaks apart. Okay, kinda, right? Yeah. Okay, fair enough. So as twin primes get rarer and rarer. Okay, okay, okay. So the span of this parallelogram and delineation between two parallelograms, it has to do with twin prime. Okay. All right. We are observing, discovering. Okay. Okay. So when there's no twin primes later on, yeah, the parallelogram will have just one diagonal. It will not be double or triple diagonal. Okay. 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 So it seems the span of parallelogram get thinner and thinner. Okay. Yeah. All right. Because twin primes get rarer and rarer. Okay. So okay. But each parallelogram give us complete coverage of odd integers, right? But not in a given row. Okay, there's some gaps. Okay, so okay, yeah. So when the parallelogram span is one, all right, it's a single diagonal, not double, not quadruple. Okay, so it gives us complete coverage of odd integers, and odd integer set, that's union of odd composite set and odd prime set. Okay, so some row, yeah, it will be odd prime, and some other rows it will be odd composite. Okay. Is it conceivable where uh, this single diagonal, all right, when it's odd composite in that row, all the other parallelograms contain only odd composites? I mean, it's not likely, but is it possible to have that? Boy. Plot thickens, okay. Yeah, it looks like New York strip steak, right? Yeah, the slab of steak. I mean, I miss steaks, okay. I love steaks, but they're expensive and I don't buy them normally, okay. I mean, to cook at home because the steak, the fat in steak, they're very difficult to wash off, right? So imagine what it does to our body, right? Yeah, it's too difficult to wash it off. This steak fat. So mostly I eat chicken, turkey, alright, lean, alright, okay. We'll take 5 minutes break, okay? So we'll keep thinking about this, okay? Alright. Let's take 5 minutes. My thigh still is hurting because I've been sitting all this time, alright? So okay. Okay. Ah boy, what a day, what a night. Yeah, this what Four Seasons, Georgie Boys, whatever they sang this song. What a night, right? Yeah, that's a good song. Oh, what a night we are having, right? Mathematical puzzle unsolved for 250 years. You're challenging it, right? Oh yeah, we can solve this. But we are making progress somehow, but it's still beyond our reach, right? We'll continue with this, okay? Just need to prove that one little thing, okay? We need to show that it's impossible that in a given row, all these odd numbers are composite odd numbers. That's all we need to prove, okay? So, so elusive. What are the odds of that? Probability, right? Uh, okay. I mean, as number increases, prime numbers get rarer and rarer, right? Meaning, the flip side of that is the other side of the moon, the other side of the coin. Yeah, composite numbers get more frequent, more common, right? So we can conceive that maybe if this number gets bigger and bigger, maybe because composite numbers get become more common and more common, maybe this whole entire row is full of these composite odds. Okay, it is conceivable, but is it possible? That's a different story. Can we prove it? Or will there always be this prime number? Always. Will there always be some Puritan resistance? Okay, amongst all these composites. Okay, give me 1 second. Just chatting with my friends. Okay. So as numbers get bigger and bigger, primes get rarer and rarer. Uh, Composites more and more common. Okay. Like in this parallelogram of span 1. Yeah, 9, that's the first composite, odd composite. Uh, when parallelogram span is 2, it's further down. 33 and 35, the entire row is, they are composites. Okay, so we can think of an even number where when this parallelogram span 4 is full of composites. Okay? Now, the question is, if even number gets become big enough, is it possible that entire row become just full of composites? And there will be disproof of Goldbach's conjecture. Okay, so can we conceive of that scenario? It's not likely, but I don't know. All right, maybe it's possible. I don't know. Ah, boy. Yeah, it's probabilistic statistical approach. It may work. Okay, so but I don't want to go there. All right. I'm more Einsteinian than Heisenberg. Uh, what's his name? Uncertainty theorem. What's his name? Heisenberg, right? Yeah, Heisenbergian. I'm not Heisenbergian, okay? I like determinism, certainty. I don't like uncertainty. Yeah. Although we disproved Einsteinian special and general relativity, but still, yeah, I like determinism, right? Don't get me wrong, I love statistics, some part of it, probability, combinatorics, yeah. Bayesian probability, okay, conditional probability, yeah, they're cool. But statistics, there are some faults, defects in there. Okay, we'll talk about that later. Okay, there are some defects in the statistics. Okay, so because it's kind of, it's not exact science, it's kind of art, right? So we'll talk about that later. Okay, so okay, standard deviation, for example, like square root of squares. That's not the only way, right? You can do absolute value. Okay, yeah, whatever. I understand why they did square root of squares because it's differentiable as as opposed to absolute value of things. Yeah, I understand. Okay, so whatever. You have no idea what I'm talking about? Well, study statistics. Okay, then you understand what I'm talking about. Okay, so yeah, standard deviation. All right. I would prefer to use the absolute value of this difference. Okay, deviation, and just average over it as opposed to square it and square root it. But I understand where they are coming from. Okay, so differentiable. I get it. To use the tool of power of calculus. Yeah, I get it. I understand. Okay, so okay. I'm quoting from this 24 TV series, okay? Yeah, this epsilon minus p additive set approach, it seems to be another brick wall. We are banging our heads against the walls. Uh, we may have to abandon this approach, okay? Because it's not quite getting us where we want to go to, okay? What time is it? I gotta get back to work tomorrow, Monday. Alright. I have to be mindful of this time. 10:30. Alright. Okay. Uh, Alright. Okay. We've been playing all this Jacob's role in this movie, screenplay, play, acting. God, we're not gonna let you go unless you bless us. Okay? Night is getting old, right? Oh boy. So when Prime gave us more than six, right? If we add composite, add composite, add composite, add composite. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we know that. But how about the other parallelograms? Will they also contain add composite, add composites? As odd composites gets become more and more common, and prime numbers becomes rarer and rarer and rarer as prime gets get bigger and bigger and bigger. We know Euclidean theorem, right? Yeah, the there are infinite number of primes. There will always be prime numbers. Okay? We know that much. Mr. Euclid proved that. Okay? Yeah, there will always be primes. Okay? Because each parallelogram covers entire gamut of odd integers with differing speed, right? I mean, this first parallelogram it goes to 45, but the last parallelogram is starting from 1, 3, 5. Okay, so differing speeds, right? But each parallelogram covers complete set of odd integers as we go down. Okay, so and we know as prime gap increases, there are some rows in each parallelogram that is consist that consists of entirely odd composites. But can we conceive of a row where they all converges? Alright? In a row where in each of parallelogram they're purely composed of composite numbers, composite odd numbers. Yeah, that's we're not sure if that's possible. Okay. Yeah, chatting with my friends. Okay, so okay. Odd composites. So this brand new start, 1 or 1 3, it happens once in a while, but not always, right? Okay. When it's not happening, yeah, there's some empty space right here, right? Okay. So if the entire row is composed of odd opposites, it better start with 9 because 9 is the smallest odd composite, right? Okay, is that possible? Can a row in this triangle, we call it epsilon minus p triangle, all right? Is there a row? Is it possible that a row down the road start with 9? Because 9 is the least, the smallest odd composite. Is it possible? I mean, yeah, it start with 3, start with 5, maybe it will start with 9. Okay, later on. Okay, 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 okay. Okay. start with one, start with three, down the road, start with five. So yeah, okay, it may start with nine. Okay, okay, okay. So this hypothetical even number, okay, the row will look like it's completely composed consists of odd composites like 9, 15, 21, 25, 27. Is that possible? Okay. Let's assume that, okay? Hopefully we can derive some kind of contradiction out of that, okay? So let's assume that, okay? So because each number has to belong to one parallelogram, right? Because that's how it works. You add by two, by two, by two, okay? So there has to be at least one parallelogram of span one or more, okay? So in one row, hypothetically, you have 9, 15, 21, 25, 27, 33, 35, 39. Is this possible? A row in this epsilon minus p triangle down the road. Is this possible? We'll take 5 minutes break, okay? So, and then we'll think about this, okay? A row consisting entirely of odd composites. Yeah, I mean, you may skip some, right? But every single element in this row has to be odd composites, okay? You may skip some of them, okay? But there should not be any prime, according to contra-Goldbach conjecture, okay? So, okay. We take 5 minutes, okay? And we explore that possibility, okay? All right. Okay. Okay, we're back. Okay. Okay. So we are talking about the gaps between two adjacent parallelograms, right? It's like 4, 4, 6, 4, whatever. Okay. All right. How about gap between the adjacent odd composites? It's like 6, 6, 4, 2, 6, 2, 4. Okay. I mean, for this to happen, maybe there should be some coincidence between these gaps and these gaps. Gaps between odd composites and gaps between parallelograms, right? Like here, 9 and 15, okay. 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 Is it possible to match? I mean, some of them may be missing, okay? But is it possible to match this some odd composite gaps? Some of them could be missing, so it could be like 12 instead of 6, 6, okay? Can we match that with this parallelogram gaps? Okay, so is that possible? If it's impossible, if we can prove that, well, then Goldbach's conjecture is proven, right? Otherwise, Goldbach's conjecture is disproven. Okay, so it's our latest equivalent conjecture. Okay, hypothesis. All right. Plus seconds. Okay, we're not gonna get through this tonight. There's just no way. Boy. The repeating pattern is this. Okay, we are so excited to found this brand new angle approach methodology. Okay, and it doesn't take for us very long until we encounter this cul-de-sac. All right? Yeah, that's a repeating pattern in our attempt, our expedition, our journey to Goldbach's conjecture. Okay, we are so excited about this brand new approach, and sooner than later, we realize it's not quite working. Okay, it's been like that for 250 years. Other mathematicians too. Okay, we are just the latest. All right. You know, in this movie, Ultimate Fighting Championship, UFC, whatever. Okay, the movie, the Mortal Kombat, or yeah, Mr. Bruce Lee, Dragon Dragon Gate, Enter the Dragon, whatever, right? Or Mr. Jean-Claude Van Damme, The Quest, Bloodsport, okay? Or Mortal Kombat, right? Yeah, in Mortal Kombat movie, they enter this Hades on the world, and they're all these fallen heroes. became a stone, right? Yeah. But in Matrix movie, okay, they say, yeah, where others failed, thou shalt succeed. You are the one, the chosen one. Mortal Kombat, they say that too, okay, so maybe you are the chosen one. I'm not. Maybe I'm not. I don't know, okay. I'm doing my best. Yeah, we discover many good things, but we're not quite getting it. I'm not, alright. Maybe our future generation will pick this up where we left off of, but I'm not gonna give up on this, right? I keep trying, right? As a backbone of project. I'm recooking my rice. I put some more fat-free milk in there, okay? So it got cold, right? So I have to recook it. After this recording, yeah, I'm gonna eat it, right? So with some microwave bologna. I love Walmart bologna. Yeah, they're really good. They go very well with the rice. Yeah, bologna is like 10 grams of fat. It's kind of on the borderline side, but that's fine. Yeah, sure. I microwave bologna with some fat-free milk or water. Okay. Oh, they're great. Okay. So as art composites become more and more common, I'm guessing the gaps between art composites will get smaller and smaller, right? Yeah, because prime numbers get rarer and rarer, right? So art composites gets more and more common. So I'm guessing this number will decrease. Okay? Art composite gap function. I'm guessing it will decrease. Okay? So, but the very last parallelogram gap, it stays as 4. Okay? Alright. So most likely they're not gonna match. Why? Because you become two, kinda. Okay, so yeah. Ah, boy. But they can skip, right? All they want. I mean, we have time until my rice get fully cooked. Okay, fully warmed. So within one parallelogram, you have the differences too, right? Horizontally. But between two parallelograms, difference can be 4 or 6 or whatever. Okay. Yeah, let me carry take care of my dinner. Okay. Yeah, just preparing my dinner. So we got some time left, okay, until my dinner fully cooked. Okay. So in a row of epsilon, hypothetical epsilon even number, that row is fully composed of odd composites. Okay, so some odd composite. It doesn't have to be adjacent. All right, you can skip some. All right, but for each parallelogram, they have to be successive. Okay. Okay. If the parallelogram its span is more than one, okay. What we need is this, okay? We gotta construct a partial epsilon minus p triangle, partial, okay? We have to skip ahead so that we're gonna deal with some big even number where the prime gap is more than 6. Okay, that's what we're gonna do tomorrow, and we'll observe some patterns to see what happens there. Okay, so that's tomorrow's agenda. Okay, but tonight we had enough. Had it enough. All right, so my dinner is getting ready, and yes, at least we know what to do tomorrow. Okay, we skip ahead. We deal with some prime numbers whose gap is more than 6, like 14, right? Or 8. Okay, so, and we construct this partial epsilon minus p triangle and observe that. See what happens. Okay, so, okay. All right. I see you tomorrow. Okay, thank you.